crap. Hold up.
Not about to throw my book in front of you.
Why are you going to throw my book at me? Your book at me.
Oh, God.
Okay, go play, honey.
Alright.
Or read your book. The show where I like to take those viral recipes and make them in real time. So today I'm going to be doing onion steak burgers and onion gravy. So this is a recipe I found. This is a recipe I found viral in one of my friends' posts. And what you're gonna need is 1 egg, a third a cup of breadcrumbs, some black pepper, onion powder. Oh, I forgot to grab my onion powder. When I was preparing everything, I saw onion, and I wasn't paying any attention. Onion powder. Some minced garlic, some what's this here sauce, oil, an onion, which it calls for half a cup of onion. I'm gonna use an onion. And then 2 tablespoons of flour, some beef broth, and that's it. So the first thing I need is meat. So I have here a pound of ground beef. I'm gonna take my rings off. And then I'm going to, with my meat, actually I'm not going to take my meat yet. I'm going to put my meat aside and I'm going to chop my onion. That would probably make a lot more sense. So let me try to angle you so you can see what I am doing. There you go. So I just grabbed, I like using bags of onions. I grabbed the largest one in the bag. Get that paper off. If you hear the whistling, I have baked potatoes in. So that's what this meal is going to be served with. Get the paper off my onion and chop that up. So whoops. Put that aside so it's easier to chop the other way in a minute, like right here. That could have been a lot more graceful, but whatever. I forgot with a wide-angled lens, I can definitely show you guys way more, and I'm starting to cry. Usually, I think I've... Yes, I know, onions make you cry. I like to think I have built up an immunity to onions, but this one has chosen to be my nemesis for the day. So I got this onion chopped up. I'm going to set this aside. So I got my chopped onion there. So I'm going to go back to my big bowl. And this says to mix together ground beef, the egg. Slop that egg in there. Breadcrumbs. Which it says a third a cup. But I cook in here like it's the Wild West. That's about a little more than that. There we go. And pepper. Yes, guys, if you're gonna peanut gallery me, go outside. And then pepper, salt, onion powder, and garlic. So when you're using this, a clove is about a teaspoon of garlic. But then again, garlic's flavored. So if you use a tablespoon, I won't tell. So there is the garlic. And your what's this here sauce. So here's the what's this here sauce, which I need about a tablespoon. That's good. Okay, and then form into thick patties. So here I have my mixture. Whoa! Sorry, hold on. Here I have my mixture. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to be super sloppy and begin. And this is cold, and I should have smashed my meat up before. Oh, I mixed everything in. Oh well, lesson learned. And it's already smells fantastic. So squish that all up in there. You want to make sure that egg covers everything. Now, like I said, I only have 3 people in my house that like beef. My daughter has kind of like a thing with beef, so she's cool. We got leftover noodles. She's having noodles tonight. The rest of us are going to have onion hamburger steak and baked potatoes. So, her loss. Yeah. Oh, I definitely should have. So when you're trying this, definitely mix the meat up. Oh my gosh, my hands are cold. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get some warm water on my hands, which should help me break up the meat some. Not too hot. So there we go. Hey Aiden, come here for a sec. I need a hand and yeah, Shy, come here. One of you.
What?
Don't touch my hand. Put my sleeve up to my elbow. Pull it hard. There we go. Now the other one. Which that one's alright. Thank you. I will not make you eat meat, okay?
Thank you.
I know how you.
Can you add sausage in it?
You
Maybe?
would you rather have? Yeah, I can throw on some sausage with your noodles. That's no problem. When I was a kid, my dad would eat anything, but he would never in his life touch chicken, and it scared me. So as a kid, I never ate chicken. I didn't eat. I was afraid of it, honey. I didn't eat chicken until and I have way too much meat here for 3 patties. Actually, I'm gonna I think I'm gonna make 6 patties. That way everybody gets 2. And this one's a little thin. So what I'm doing right now is I'm dividing it up in balls so I can just put it on the pan. So that looks about even. So, into thick patties. Well, this says thick, so maybe I should combine them. That's a pretty good sized patty. I'll make 3. Except I'm not putting that monster with that monster. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 patties. And then it says heat oil in large skillet. So I have here my skillet, on medium high. Yeah, medium heat, medium. So 7-4. So I'm gonna oil up my skillet. Turn you so you can see what I'm doing. Whoop! Or drop you on the counter, you know, whatever. And then I am going to put my patties down in the skillet. So I got some pretty good thick patties, which I'm excited about. And they don't have to be perfect because they're genuinely steaks. These are ginormous. If I was to make 4, they wouldn't be as big, but it's whatever, right? So get this dirty bowl out of your way. So fry the patties and onion. So I'm going to throw the onion on top of the patties. Now that I'm done with this, I'm actually going to wash my hands. I hate having raw meat. So I'm going to do that until they're brown. I'm not going to cook them totally through, and you'll see why in a bit. So they're not doing anything right now. I'm going to get the steak seasoning out of your way. Ooh. Get me a spatula. I'm going to actually increase the heat because, like I said, they are not doing anything, and that is driving me nuts. So I get them until they're golden brown, and then you're going to want to plate them in a minute. So let me get my plate ready. Not that I need them right this second, but it's better to be prepared. There we go. Now I actually put this on a little higher, and now it's starting to cook. So my oven notch goes up to 7. I have it on 5 right now, so it's kind of like medium high. A little higher than recommended. And I'm taking the spatula and I'm pushing it down. Here, let me show you. I still got grease on my hand. Hold on. So I got these patties cooking now. You can see them. With the onion flavors, it's going to be delicious is what it's going to be. Should I tilt you? No, I shouldn't tilt you up that way. So, got them nice and sizzling now. I'm actually going to flip them over. Because I also want the, yeah, they're still a little soft and hard to flip. I probably shouldn't do that yet, but I'm going to because I'm impatient. Yeah. And they are crumbling a little. I probably should have packed them better. So that one flipped beautifully. So yeah, I got some cooking going on in here. Awesome, beautiful cooking. And I'm really excited. I can smell the onions and the garlic. And let me tell you, onion and garlic is a staple in my house. So I got that going. It's looking beautiful. I mean, I could honestly crank this up and feel confident in it. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually end up putting the patties back in gravy and then cooking and cooking and cooking them. There's also a chance that I dry cook the gravy into them, so that's something I really want to avoid. And I got those going. Keep worms and okay, so I don't want to do that yet until patties are nicely browned. Put them in there. I think I'm going to actually brown them In the meantime, I have broth here, which I have homemade broth, so just want to stir it up, make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom, which everything dissolved on my watch. So I boiled that nicely, which is what I'm going to be using to make the onion gravy here in a bit. And I also got my 2 tablespoons of flour. I hate flour. It is such a mess, so I've already organized it for when I'm ready to use it. I really hate flour. Yeah. These are looking good. They're still kind of pink. I don't think they're going to be as crumbly if I give them another flip. And no, they're sticking together better this time. So, which I know the recipe doesn't call for it, but a really good way to cook things thoroughly. Oh, this one is going to fall apart, and that's the one that flipped easily. Is to cover it. Oh, you guys finally going outside? All right. Be in by 6 or street lights. All right.
I need my shoes.
Shoes work. Your pink ones are in the
Bedroom.
Yes. So I'm actually gonna keep that covered for 2 minutes. That should work. I'm gonna set my timer. And I still have beef bits on my hands. It's just like the slime that never comes off. It's probably not even beef. It's probably the egg. It just has a feeling to it. So let that go for 2 minutes. I actually, I don't typically put plates on my pans, but the cover is in use right now in the fridge, so I don't want to bug it. Especially moving it from cold to hot might actually break the glass. So I definitely do not want to do that. Oh, this is starting to drip.
Oh, wait.
That's probably a really bad idea, so I'm going to take that off. Oh, the plate. I don't like the way that moisture is. But I still want this covered. Oh well, you know what? It's going to cook. So, it's coming around. It's getting brown. So it's not, and my onions are definitely caramelizing. Let me give you a peek. That is beautiful. So I'm really excited about this. Hopefully I don't start a fire because, oh, that's a lot of moisture that dripped. I probably should have grabbed aluminum foil, but I'm lazy. Got onion. Yum, yum, yum. Onions are actually perfect. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give them one last flip. And yeah, they're keeping together and they're breaking apart at the same time, which is probably the beef bits that it's talking about. So I'm going to let that go. I mean, it's getting brown. There's still some pink there, but it says to use the onion and beef bits. So let me show you. I'm actually going to pull this off after I show you what I've done. So I'm going to pull these out and plate them temporarily. So there's some beef bits falling off, which I'm not too worried about. This is why I never I never use hamburgers. I really don't. I always buy the patties because I don't like. Actually, I'm going to flip you to knock them onions off, which didn't work. I just gathered more onions. So this one's already fallen in half. And let me get that onion off the burner. Or I drip oil on another burner and then wonder why it smokes next time. Because I'm an idiot. So with that now, I am going to keep warm until patties are brown. Remove the patties, keep warm. I'm going to mix in the flour. I'm actually going to put this back on medium. So just to sprinkle in, I'm actually, and I see it browning right away to the pan. So there's that. So I have that mixed in and it's turning into a gravy. It's really, like it's whitened. It's really pretty. If you can see that, which you can. So sprinkle in flour and keep the drippings in here. So I'm actually going to up the little meat bits that did fall off. And then I'm going to put in the beef broth. So that should work. And then season, okay, simmer and stir over medium-low. So I'm going to put this down to a 2 and keep stirring it. Simmer and stir for about 5 minutes. I'm going to go set the timer. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to put that in your way. So, and stir it gently because what it's going to do is it's going to thicken into the gravy, and it's already thickening beautifully. That nice onion gravy. So I'm really excited about this. It looks delicious. I think it's going to be fantastic with baked potatoes because the recipe actually, it's weird. It recommends that you cook with, you serve with mashed potatoes, and then there's a picture of it with zoodles. So what I'm doing is I'm just pushing my gravy around so it's thickens but not stickens. If that makes any sense at all. And it's really beautiful. It's thick. It's clumpy right now. So when the 5 minutes is up, I'm actually going to submerge the patties in the gravy and then cover it. Oh, I do have to cover it. Well, I'm going to cover it with aluminum foil. So while this is thickening, let me grab my foil real quick. Because like I said, my pot lid is unfortunately in use in the fridge. So I got foil, which the cost of everything is going up and it really sucks. So I just want to take a moment. If you like what I do, I'm really urging you guys, I don't want to go back on hiatus, but I do need, if you like what I do, please support me on PayPal, Amber Burns Black, one word, just like my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on TikTok. I post there every Wednesday, again, Amber Burns Black. I try to go live on YouTube Monday and Friday. Sometimes I just don't get to it. That's why today is a Tuesday. Also, I'm not used to having somebody else in the house who cooks. So every now and then it's, you know, somebody else gets the, hey, I want to cook, and I let them. So it's awesome. It really is. I love being mom, but it's nice to sit back and put your feet up. And this is turning out beautifully. And like I said, I am just pushing this around, letting it thicken. It's a little harder to show with a wide angle lens. And I was looking at a tripod today. So yes, with your contribution, if you do choose to support me, that is something I am looking into, is definitely a tripod. Unless maybe by some work of the universe, my mom manages to find my tripod in her living room. So it's getting a little thin on the sides, so I'm actually kind of pushing it into the rest of it. I think once I cool it down, it's definitely going to thicken, especially when I put the patties under the gravy, because we have them in and like what you would call it, for about 5 minutes until the gravy thickens. That's pretty thick. Do I have it on the right heat? Yeah, medium low. I actually have it lower than it's supposed to be. I'm gonna put it back up some, because maybe that's why it's doing that weird watery thing on the edge, if you can see it. Like, right around the edge. It's really watery. So, I mean, this smells amazing. And I'm not one for Salisbury steak. Like, just steak should not be ruined by gravy. Beef Wellington, steak should not be ruined by pastries. Meat is supposed to be enjoyed paleo form. Which I actually wonder about people on paleo diets. Like, how does your body support not having vegetables? Because, like, from what I know, is I think that would give you scurvy. Which was something like, I love playing the Oregon Trail in school because it's so funny the things that are in Oregon Trail that seem like they don't apply today. And it's like the 1800s were only 200 years ago. You can still get scurvy. You can still get the things that were on the Oregon Trail. They're just not as common. And here's like, oh, wow. When I stop stirring, it goes watery. Okay, so that was my 5 minutes. But you can still get these conditions. Like one of them was alkaline sickness, which you got if the water was too alkaline, and now they just sell alkaline water. So how does that work? So I'm actually, if you can see it, I actually just really pushed it down in there. If you can. It's hard with a wide angle lens, but there's a lot of advantages going on here. So again, I'm going to push this down into my gravy. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm actually going to take a ladle and I'm going to pour my gravy on top of my hamburger steaks. Because it's beautifully thick right now. So get that in there. And this is probably going to fall apart as soon as I serve it. How much you want bet? So I'm going to take my last one and I'm going to really kind of spread it out and push it down. Tilt this some. So let me show you what I've done. So I have those like that submerged. So I'm going to take my foil, and the foil doesn't leak as much as that plate did. Like I said, that's probably a bad idea. After watching all the juice, I'm going to have to really clean up my oven so it doesn't go next time I turn on the burners. And usually when I make a mess, I just take the burners off and wash them. And I say these things because I know cooking is kind of becoming a lost art, and I'm seeing that more and more with like the pre-cooked meals and the DoorDash, and it really shouldn't be. You should always learn how to cook. I mean, I cannot imagine. Now this is hot, so you got to be very careful not to burn yourself. I can't imagine being a mom and not cooking, which my grandmother managed to pull that off. I don't know how, because that's something you want to have the control over what's in the food your kids are eating. So this is going to be covered now. I'm going to simmer it for another 15 minutes. So I'm going to turn it down on low and set my timer. And that should be ready in 15 minutes. I think I'm going to go on TikTok and take a bite live, let you guys know how amazing it is. But yeah, I just want everyone to know how to cook because it's so important, especially with inflation and things going on. The cost of food is going to get so much more expensive. So anyway, I love you guys. Stay gorgeous. I will see you tomorrow. Later. Oh, yes, I want to stop streaming.